In this video, I am going to talk about the benefits of gratitude, and I'm also going to share with you a gratitude journal that I have recently created and published on Amazon KDP. I'm going to share the inside of this journal, and I created this journal basically to deepen my practice of gratitude. And it looks something like this. My gratitude journal. This is the front cover, and inside this journal you can jot down daily for 1 year what you're grateful for every day. And the reason I created this journal was because I wanted to deepen my practice of gratitude. I know it is not easy to form a new habit, and we need some hands-on practical tools if we really want to make new neural pathways and neural connections to create new healthy habits. So if you want to deepen your practice of gratitude, the link for this journal is available in the description box below, and it's available at a very good price. I have kept the price to the lowest so that it could be readily available to as many people as possible. So support me if you want to deepen your practice of gratitude by heading to Amazon KDP store and purchase this journal and improve your lives and your gratitude practice. So today I'm going to talk about this journal has kind of a date and also 3 entries on each page for 3 days that you can start writing what you're grateful for each day. You can write on anything from 1 word to 1 line, a few lines, 3 things you're grateful for, 1 thing you're grateful for, whatever it is. Small step will lead you to create your gratitude abundance each day. So I'm going to talk about some quotations, the inspirational quotations that I have included in this journal, and then we are going to talk about the benefits of gratitude by talking about those quotations and seeking some wisdom of what the writer meant about gratitude in those inspirational quotations. So this is the back cover that also tells you some of the benefits of gratitude here. So the first quotation is by Oprah Winfrey, and it is, "Be thankful for what you have. You will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough." So true. So basically, I think Oprah here is talking about the law of attraction and how we attract the things in our lives based upon that law of attraction, that whatever our brain and our mind, our consciousness focuses more and more on, we create more and more of that stuff, whether it is the positive thoughts or the negative thoughts, gratitude or complaining attitude. Whatever we focus on, we will have more of that, and that is the universal truth that brings us to the law of attraction, law of manifestation. So keeping this kind of journal or anything that allows you to count your blessings, or even if you don't have a journal but you can create a habit, which I know is not possible unless we have a trigger, we have something that we can visually see and touch and interact with, that will allow us to start creating new habitual patterns. So Oprah is very much right when she's saying that whatever we focus on, that creates and that grows in our lives, whether it is some positive thoughts or negative thoughts. So why not focus more on gratitude and improve the gratitude abundance in our lives, because gratitude has many benefits, and one of the benefits is that it is bringing you in the zone of positive consciousness. It is bringing you in the zone of abundance consciousness. So let's look at the second quotation and who has written it. Alright, let me scroll through the pages to figure out where the second quotation is. Alright, the second quotation is by this lady called Alice Walker, and she says, "Thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. I say that one a lot. Thank you expresses extreme gratitude, humility, and understanding." So Alice, what she's trying to say is that when we create that habit of saying thank you, and we create that habit of saying thank you every day, many times, not only to other people, but in our hearts, we begin to count our blessings, we begin to count the small things that we often take for granted. That helps us to expand our understanding around life in general, that helps us to expand our understanding around how we want to live our lives in general, and it also makes us more humble, like when we can say thank you to other people, or we can say thank you for the simple things like a clean glass of water that I get to drink every day. It reminds me of so many people on this earth who do not have the privilege of drinking clean water, or the nice clean bed and comfortable bed I can sleep on. I really feel grateful for that, which I wouldn't normally when my mind would be overtaken by the stresses and complaining and other kind of negative thinking. I may not be able to focus on gratitude at all, because my negativity bias would interfere and offer that layer of resistance and stop me from experiencing the abundance of gratitude. So practicing gratitude also it's changing our personality in the ways that is good for us, because another benefit of gratitude is a lot of research has shown that it helps to improve your health, it helps to improve your digestion, and it also helps to improve your sleep. So why not keep a gratitude journal like this near your bedside before you go to bed, and create a new habit of expanding your gratitude practice. Let's look at the third quotation, and the third quotation is by Robert Brault. Robert Brault says, "Enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things." Yeah, I think that is very true, because as we start aging and as we look back to the past years, we all have something that we might regret, or we might think that if we had taken a different decision, it could have been better, or if I had spent more time with my mom or my dad, like especially I stay away from my mom and dad, they stay in a different country. So now when I look back, I really wonder, like, if I had known that I'm going to be kind of going away from them physically for longer periods of time during my life, I would have used that opportunity when I was physically near them to have more quality time with them, to share more time with them. So that's very important, that when we begin to value the little things that we have around us, we value the things that we usually take for granted, it allows us to appreciate more. And when we appreciate more, we get appreciation from others as well, and it helps to improve our lives, our well-being, not only our lives and well-being, but also the lives and well-being of the others around us. It helps to foster more harmony and healthy relationships. So I think if we practice gratitude, it also saves us from regrets. Like, we tend to regret less if we expand our practice of gratitude, because gratitude is an attitude, it's a lifestyle, and when we follow this lifestyle, we are kind of offering us that protective layer, a protective shield that protects us from taking in information through our negativity bias. So I will be talking about the negativity bias as well. For those of you who are not aware what is the negativity bias, negativity bias is a kind of our neuroception, the way we perceive and filter the information is coming through our survival mind, which is scanning for the danger and alert in the environment. So usually what happens, this is a kind of information processing happening in our subconscious. So our mind that's why we tend to be so judgmental. We tend to feel comfortable with some people but not so comfortable with other people. Why are we jealous? Why do we dislike other people? Why do we want to compete with other people? why is this happening in our behaviors? This is all coming because of that negativity bias that is operating 24/7 because of our evolutionary brain, where we need to protect ourselves. So there is another video I will be making to talk more about the negativity bias and what can we do so that we can connect with more higher brain functions, higher functions where we could tend to be more relaxed and more functional in the creative ways, where we can rehabilitate our growth and nurture ourselves and others around us more. When we begin to manage and understand, we have the knowledge of this negativity bias, then we begin to become more aware around our way of processing information in the world. And that saves us from, it also gives us the tools and strategies on how to be less negative, because everybody's negative. This is a kind of, our evolutionary brain is scanning the world for that survival threat, and then we have been habituated to pick the information in certain ways. So it takes kind of, it's a lifelong journey, it's a process where we have to kind of scan, sift, sieve our own thoughts through the filters by expanding our zone of awareness. But gratitude is one such practice that can help you. The good news is that you can just follow and you can practice daily gratitude, and that will also allow you to manage your negativity bias. It's kind of loosen that control of negativity bias on your the way your brain, our mind unconsciously processes the information, and bring in more goodness, bring in more relaxation, bring in more love, and bring in more abundance in your life. So we agree with Robert Brault that we need to enjoy the little things of life, like somebody has made a cup of tea for you, so you must be grateful for that. And somebody has made a bed for you, you must be grateful for that. Somebody has bought you a gift, you must be grateful for that. Not only grateful, but God has given us this vocal cords and language to express that appreciation and gratitude. The problem is that in our cultures and societies, it is not very easy to appreciate others. Like look at our day, we are not habituated into that culture, like where we have been taught why it is so important to offer gratitude often and every day. If we start doing that, I'm sure our lives are going to improve drastically. Next quotation is by Willie Nelson in this journal, and Willie Nelson says, "When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around." Very true. Like, we have to do it, we have to apply it, we have to practice it to see that how your life can take a turn. Is it going to take 180-degree turn? Is it going to take 360-degree turns? Is it going to take 45-degree turns? It will depend. The spectrum will vary as you continue and deepen your practice of gratitude. You will begin to see the benefits of it on a general sense of well-being, and I'm sure like it can help to regulate a kind of lot of general conditions that result from a sense of unsafety, insecurity, and that unconscious negativity bias that is letting us process the information through negative filters, because any kind of complaining, any kind of judgment carries a load and weight of some kind of negative processing behind it. Remember, everything is in your mind, everything is in our mind, and it's very easy to say that, but I know, as I'm on this journey of self-healing, that practicing is the most difficult thing. Practicing is like you have to pierce through the layers of resistance, and change that causes discomfort, our brain is not ready for that easily. So it's a process, it is a process of self-expansion, self-awareness, and gratitude is a very good tool to roll into that process with ease. The next quotation in this journal is by Albert Einstein. Who doesn't know this great personality? Albert Einstein, let's see what he says. Albert Einstein says that there are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and another one is as though everything is a miracle. Wonderful. If we can live our life from that perspective, like of everything is so magical, like a child's mind, and I think it's going to be very helpful, because everything is a miracle in the sense that we are the co-creators, and if we work together with the universal laws and we apply them in our lives, we can create those miracles. If we believe that everything is a miracle, then we have that magic wand, and that magic wand is in here, how we filter the information. It is how we are filtering the information, like everything around me is so magical, then I'm also one of those magical creatures that is the creation of the universe. So you can roll your alchemist wand and touch the metal to turn it into a gold. And I think that is where this information about law of attraction, manifestation fuse together, that when we can understand that everything is a miracle of the universe, and we have the capacity and capabilities to attain whatever we set our mind on. But if we have the right tools, we have the right knowledge, we have the right information, and then we have the intention and willingness to put that knowledge into practice through deepening everyday practices like self-awareness practice, gratitude practice, and there are a lot more tools and strategies that I talk about on my Instagram posts. So if you're not following me, do follow me on Instagram, because I write some quotations which have a very deep meaning and which could give you some clues and strategies around your own behaviors and what needs to be changed for more well-being and for more inspiration, and to purify the filters of your consciousness so that you can let in more joy and let out what is not needed here. So the next quotation is by, where is it? Yes, it is by Alphonse Carr. Okay, Alphonse Carr. I don't know if I am spelling the name correctly. Alphonse Carr. He says, some people grumble that roses have thorns. I'm grateful that thorns have roses. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Like, some people grumble that roses have thorns, and I'm grateful that thorns have roses. So what do you think about it? He's talking about those times when we have trained our brain in a way that we are able to feel grateful even when we are facing adversity, when we are facing the darkest times of our lives. We have trained our brain in a way that we are able to see the benefit in that challenge. That is when we are able to see, and we are grateful that thorns have roses when everything seems dark, but you can see a ray of hope in that darkness. Is a training of your mind, and gratitude makes that possible. That life is so unpredictable. We never know what might happen to us or to anybody that we love or that we care about around us anytime. I created one podcast on this as well, how to see a ray of hope in the dark times. I have put the link of that also in the description box below in case you're interested to know more about that. So the next quotation here says by Melody Beatty. Melody Beatty says, gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So true. Like, it's all what I think what she's talking about, Melody Beatty is talking about here, has to do with the narratives in our minds, the storytelling we do to everybody has their own personal way of relating to different things, and so this is all about the narrative that we are telling ourselves, about our past, the narrative, the story we are telling to ourselves about our today, and also what we want to attain in future. So when we practice gratitude, that allows our narratives to be kind of more pleasant and full of gratitude, and we have less regrets in them, less complaints in them. So that adds a touch of sweetness to our lives, I believe. Gratitude is really a good way to start purging ourselves, I think, of the negativity bias, because otherwise we are so prone to it 24/7. That is, it's not our fault. It is how nature has created. It's about our evolutionary brain that we want to run and save our lives when we see a tiger. But nowadays we don't have tigers, but we have other stressors, and our evolutionary brain has this so much kind of ingrained in it that we have to witness it in order to start changing it and loosen it up and to relax it, really. It is by one of my favorites as well, related to Rhonda Byrne, the writer of Secret, I believe. Gratitude will shift you to a higher frequency and you will attract much better things. So it is something similar we talked about in the first quotation, that if we practice gratitude, we are increasing our vibration, we are increasing our frequency, and as our frequency increases under the law of the universe, we will start attracting scientifically, very scientifically, under the law of resonance, we'll start attracting all the goodies, good things that will make us feel more grateful to the universe. So gratitude, you have nothing to lose if you practice gratitude. What you have to lose is the negativity, judgment, criticism, blame, jealousy, all those things that might create illness, not wellness in our lives. Again, one of my favorites by Lord Buddha. Let us rise up. This is something I really like, because this is for the times when you feel nothing is right in your life. Then you must read this quotation to give you that sense of hope and that sense of persisting in that zone of hope. Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful. So if we don't get something, then we always have a reason to look for something that we have and be grateful for that. I think this is all a training of mind, because we are so much habituated into having our ways, into getting the things done in the way we like, in living the life the way we like. So sometimes when things are not happening and turning around as we would like it to be, then life doesn't seem that easy. So I think this quotation is for such times. Very useful. The next one is by John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy. Let's see what John F. Kennedy says. He says, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. So true that it's very easy to say thanks to somebody, but the level of feeling, what is the felt sense behind something, is the most powerful and empowering thing through which we humans really begin to shift our frequencies and begin to make some powerful changes in our lives. Because our society and culture puts emphasis so much on living here, on fixing things. If something that is a little, we don't have skills to deal with, especially related to the emotions which are labeled as negative, like frustration, sadness, or we're complaining about something, then we are told to shut down, we are told to look at the positive side, we are told not to complain, we are told not to become angry. So what happens, we are trying to push down all these feelings which have a value of their own, because when you're feeling angry or when you're feeling frustrated, that is energy that is building up in your system. So if we just treat that energy cognitively by thinking from our head that just forget about it, what we are doing, we are shutting our system, we are shutting ourselves from our body, our core, where all these feelings are felt as felt senses. And what is happening then, we are, because it's an energy, it is going to sit somewhere in our body in the form of aches and pains. So it's very important, whenever we are experiencing anger or any kind of feeling, these are not negative feelings, they have a purpose, they are there. So we definitely, they have a purpose which we need to shift through understanding them better about ourselves. That why am I feeling angry? Once I understand what is the purpose of anger, what more information I need to know about myself, how something is making me angry, that will shift my perspective towards that situation, so that the next time I wouldn't be angry. So anger is carrying some information that, if dealt with intelligently with self-awareness, is going to give you more awareness and self-knowledge about yourself and help you to raise your frequency at the same time. So it's very important that that felt sense, if you're able to manage your anger from that perspective of having more awareness and understanding, then you are going to manage your gratitude also at the deeper level, because you can understand the purpose of gratitude, how gratitude is affecting your body, how gratitude is affecting your mood states, how gratitude is affecting your joyfulness and happiness, and it will further improve and expand and bring more gratitude in your life. So let's look at the next quotation. Next quotation is by Tracy. He is one of the self-development guys that many of you must have heard about. He makes lots of videos on self-development. Develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you, knowing that every step forward is a step towards achieving something bigger and better than your current situation. Very true. Like a lot of times, if we keep sitting with the narrative, something bad has happened to me, so I'm telling that story to myself, that why did this happen to me, and keep talking about that story again and again and again repetitively, so I tend to expand it more in my life. But if I, through self-awareness process or strategies, sit down with that and try to extract the information and check out how that situation benefited me and what can I do about it next time it happens to me. So that it all depends upon different levels of strategies and skills we learn, the soft skills we learn to regulate our narratives, the stories that we tell in our minds, our mind chatter, that allows us to move forward in life. Some people stay stuck in certain situations for longer times because I wouldn't say that there is wrong in getting stuck for a longer time, because it depends upon the intensity. What is the intensity that something has happened to you might be of variable intensity, and you might take longer time, your narrative might take longer time to come out of it. But the important thing is that you are aware and you're persisting with the right knowledge and right skills, and with gratitude you can overcome any situation, no matter how bad it was. It will bring you out, because our system is such a resilient machine that nature has created, that if we are willing and we have the intention, we can overcome a lot of challenging situations. Okay, the last one is also one of my favorite authors, Eckhart Tolle. Gratitude for the present moment and the fullness of life now is the true prosperity. So true, like when we are ungrateful, we are disconnected from our present moment. So gratitude also allows to make you more present by counting your blessings in each moment. So gratitude has a capacity to bring more presence in our lives, more mindfulness in our lives. So gratitude has many benefits, and the most important thing is how can we cultivate gratitude. To deepen your practice of gratitude, do purchase this journal and support me. The link is in the description box below. And if you are not following me on Facebook, do follow Ashoo Modgil Designs, where happy ideas stick, as I will be creating more growth mindset soulful resources that might help you to expand your zone of self-awareness and bring some more well-being and health, not only in your life but in the lives of others. Help improve communication skills, help improve your relationships, help deepen your understanding of the self, and bring more sense of safety in the way you connect with others. Our world needs it more than anything else today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to do so, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. I'll see you next time. Till then, you have a great day and stay blessed.